So what does this teach us? People have a strong tendency to follow the advice of people who are in authority or who are an authority. Let's cover the first one, a person in authority. From birth, we are taught to respect and follow the instructions of proper authority figures. That obedience is right and disobedience is wrong. As Dr. Cialdini writes in his book Influence, the message fills the parental lessons, schoolhouse rhymes, stories and songs of our childhood, and is carried forward in the legal, military and political systems we encounter as adults. Perhaps this is the most visible when it comes to medical professionals. With aches and pains, we step into the doctor's consultation room, and even if we have no prior experience with them, we typically blindly accept what they say and recommend. This is where the dark side of persuasion rears its ugly head again. When it comes to authority figures, other people tend to not question their advice, even when it seems wrong. In the book Influence, Dr. Cialdini mentions these shocking statistics. According to the Institute of Medicine, which advises the US Congress on health policy, hospitalized patients can expect to experience at least one medication error per day. Annual deaths in the United States from medical error exceed those of all accidents, and worldwide, 40% of primary and outpatient care patients are harmed by medical error each year. If I hear enough feedback and requests from you, I can do an episode on the dark side of persuasion to help keep you and your loved ones safe. Especially con artists use the principle of authority to trick us into compliance. How does this express itself? Well, here are some what you could call funny effects. The higher someone's authority level, the taller we perceive them to be. And we obey people in uniform, even if it makes no sense given the circumstances. And we obey their requests even if they disappear from the scene. As you can see, people react a certain way to those in authority. And while there are many ways we can use this in our persuasive appeals, I want to share with you today a different dynamic from the principle of authority. Perhaps a definition of the principle of authority would be helpful here. People tend to follow the advice of those who have genuinely more knowledge and wisdom on a topic. And that makes sense too. We can't know everything, and so it makes sense to follow the advice of people who know more about a particular situation than we do. As you might realize from this definition, the experience of other people, other than those in authority, qualifies as persuasive information. If we are the boss, our employees may be persuaded by what we say because we are in authority. But at some level it is because they feel they have to. We could say that there are two types of authority figures. I have, up to now, described in length those who are in authority. But the other type of people I'm talking about are those who are an authority. People who are an authority are those who have recognized knowledge and expertise on a particular topic. And while people might feel obligated to follow the request of those who are in authority, they are normally very keen and eager to follow the advice of people who are an authority. And here comes the great news. You, in your field of expertise, are some level of an authority. Depending on the situation, any expert in their field can be an authority. An accountant, electrician, coach, therapist, sales professional, painter, mortgage broker, chef. It is therefore critical to make our audience aware of your expertise.